scavenger. Likes to find animals that are already dead. Any guesses? The vulture, you're right. I have a vulture to share with everyone. And this is the bird that's so very famous for sometimes scavenging under the audience. You can give him a hand. Welcome him. He came out way quicker and more efficient than we were expecting. But this is the bird that likes to scavenge the audience looking for leftover turkey legs. So if you have anything of the sort, just keep it hidden from sight. Can you jump over there to Master John? There we go. Now, one thing you'll notice, just look alive, sir. Look alive. You'll be fine. Now, you'll notice, though, Grimley here, being a vulture, did you notice his wings are short? We don't clip his wings. Actually, he was in a very unfortunate accident in the wild. He was a wild vulture, and he touched either two power lines at the same time or both poles of a transformer and actually ended up with electrical burns. He burned his wings all the way down to the bone and destroyed the follicles that... Oh, did you get a good look, too? Oh, and you see... Unfortunately, he burned his wings all the way down to those follicles, and it destroyed them to where he cannot grow primaries for flight. So he came through a wildlife rehabilitation center in Texas, and they realized he was not releasable, so he came to us to be what we would refer to as an animal ambassador. So you can see them up close and learn fantastic things about the vulture. Now, he is a black vulture. You notice he has sort of a black body and a bald black head. And normally black vultures will have sort of white fingertips. The bottom of their primaries is a silvery white. All right, tell you what, you want to walk? Yes, master, yes. That's what goes through my head. They have that black body, but the bald head is actually there for a very important reason. You have to understand that many times vultures might stick their entire head and neck deep inside a dead animal for the best pieces of meat. Everyone's had lunch already, right? I know that doesn't sound appealing, but that's where the nutrition is, in the internal organs. So if they had eating habits like this, they would be covered with bacteria and leftover food. Feathers would hold all that disease in, but the bald head, it allows it to dry up and flake right off, and the sun's ultraviolet rays can kill bacteria that could be growing there. But also, they have an amazing immune system. This bird can ingest about 100 times the salmonella and botulism, or food poisoning, that can kill the average adult human. And their droppings are almost perfectly sterile. That means most of that bacteria disease goes in one end, doesn't come out the other. And so now you understand the ways they stop the spread of dangerous disease. And something that's incredibly amazing, birds like vultures, even hawks and owls, are immune to most of the diseases that mammals might carry. Things like hantavirus, hog cholera, even rabies. So every time an owl or a hawk eats an infected mouse or rat, or a vulture consumes an animal that might have died from one of those diseases, they're helping stop that spread from getting to people. But right up here, buddy. Now, I do want you to notice a few other things. Take a look at his beak. See how it's long and skinny? He actually sticks it inside our hands to get to the treats. It's not very sharp or strong, and it is actually better for reaching inside the dead animal to get to the internal organs. But they do have a difficult time ripping into carcasses. They may wait for another creature to rip a hole in it. But also, his feet are different. His claws are rather dull. Oh, why don't you go back over to Taylor? Yeah, well, they're made for walking, as you can see, or hopping. They're not too terribly dangerous. His claws are dull, and they are so weak in those feet, they can't even grip to pick up something as light as a feather. And we assume vultures, they don't really need strength in their feet because their food doesn't run away from them very often. So people tend to look at a vulture. They think with the walking feet and the weak beak that they can't really defend themselves. That's not entirely true. If you cornered a vulture and he couldn't run away or fly away, probably wouldn't attack you. Wouldn't even try to bite you. Does anyone know what a vulture does to defend himself? Do you know? They throw up on you, that's right. I'm kind of disturbed that a lovely lady like yourself knew that answer. But you're correct. Hey, Grimley, leave Zachary alone. Zachary is not dead, he just smells that way. That's it. Notice he doesn't deny the fact. Back up here, Grimley. But yes, they do vomit on you, and it is a rather formidable form of defense, I think. But it's very interesting to me believe that that developed from the fact that vultures will oftentimes gorge themselves so much that they're so heavy they can barely fly. And so it was a nervous reaction to vomit, distract your attacker, and then you're able to lighten the load and fly away. But let me ask you, what do you say for Grimley? Isn't he a neat bird? is so smart, he knows he can have extra treats sitting here on stage, but let's see if he'll go all the way back in his door. So look, Taylor's calling you. Out to Taylor. Up here, all right, now, out to Taylor. All the way, a few more dozen hot, keep going. All the way. Oh, it's a little girl taking a Vulture for a walk. All the way, wait for all the way, Grimley. No, in the door. If you notice, he keeps looking all the different places. There you go, now give him a hand. He keeps checking the perches and the places we fly him to for extra food. Very smart bird. So let's see here, the next bird I'd like to fly